Hi, my name is Cable, and this is day 6 of trying to be a voice actor. And today I wanted to kind of tell the origin story of how I decided to do any kind of acting in the first place and what stopped me from doing it for the longest time. So, my freshman year of high school, I joined the theater tech club at my school, and just for all 4 years of high school, I was a part of theater tech club. So, I started off just helping out wherever, and I did it for so long that I became the person who like knew the most, and I was like the head sound guy, and I did all the mic checks, and I would ring out the microphones, and I learned a bunch of stuff. And eventually in the last 2 years, I even got paid for it. And so that was my first actual job, was just being an actual theater technician for the Performing Arts Center at my high school. And then when I came to college, I just applied for a job at the theater at my college and then just kept doing more theater tech. I did more sound stuff. While doing that job, at the same time, I was watching all of these actors. I was in like 6 musicals. I was just backstage doing the microphone. So I got to watch hours and hours and months of people rehearsing and acting and singing, and it always looked like so much fun. And in the back of my head, I always thought I could do that. And sometimes I even thought I could do that better than the person who's doing it right now. And at the same time as that, I was getting paid for it. So if I didn't want to do it, if I couldn't act in any of the shows I was doing tech for, because I was being paid to be backstage. And so I had to choose between that, and I always chose the money over trying acting, because at the time I hadn't even acted at anything. I was in like one musical when I was in like 4th grade, and so I didn't even know if I would be good at it yet. So in college, I kept working as a theater technician for 2 more years, and so after my sophomore year, I finally got a job still doing theater tech, just at a different place, so I could audition for the theater on my campus. And so I went to the Performing Otters, just the acting club at my school, and I just auditioned for, once I got the new job, I just auditioned for the next show they were doing, which was their fall play, and it was The Importance of Being Earnest. That show is just a very, very old play about a bunch of very rich people in England, and chaos ensues. But I just went into the audition. I didn't even prepare for it. I was just, like, they had an option to memorize a monologue. I didn't even do that. They just said, do a cold read from this script and play it up. And so I just did that. Didn't prepare at all. And I was like, well, let's see what happens. And then I got cast as the main character. So I played Ernest Worthing, Jack Worthing, and just did the whole play. And it was very hard, by the way. I imagine it was my first production ever, and it had so many lengthy lines, such like paragraphs that were more than half a page all the time. And of course, I had the most lines because I was the main character, and it was all in Old English, so like no one speaks like that anymore, and that made it even harder to memorize. But the whole reason why I wanted to do the fall play anyways was so I could practice and prepare for the spring musical. It basically felt like boot camp for acting, and so I had done all the hard work, and so I would be skilled enough and just have fun in the spring. So my first impression of acting was pretty good. I did one audition and got casted as the main character. So that was a thumbs up for me in terms of how good my acting was. Not that good. I definitely had ways to improve, but it was at least a sign that, hey, maybe I should keep going, you know? So fast forward to the spring, and the club announces that they're gonna do Urinetown, the musical. And at first I'm like, I don't know if I really like that musical. So I wait until the last day of auditions. I decide to audition like 2 hours before. So I do the same thing. I just walk in. I picked to sing Dentist from Little Shop of Horrors, and I just did whatever. No backup track, by the way. I just sat there and sang at them for 30 seconds. And once again, I was cast as a lead character. I was Officer Lockstock from Urinetown the musical, and I was the narrator, and I did a great voice for the character. I could do a great impression of Lockstock from the Broadway cast. And so from there, I was like, okay, I actually can act. This is good. I'm singing and dancing and acting all at the same time, and the lines were so much easier to memorize, and it was great. And I was cast as a character that I fit really well. And one comment I got while doing that show that I still think about a lot, especially while trying to do voice acting now, is that somebody said I could listen to that guy read the phone book because his voice is so nice. And I was like, wow, really? So at that point, and I had received other compliments as well, but I was just like, okay, now I at least have confirmation that other people think I have a nice voice and that I'm nice to listen to. And I also have a lot of public speaking experience, which definitely helps. And I've been told I'm like well spoken before and things like that. All the more reason to think I can at least do it. Who knows? We'll find out if I can actually do it. It's only been a month or two since the musical ended, and so now I have nothing acting wise lined up, and but I still want to do it. Basically, I've decided that I actually really like acting, and it is fun, just like I thought it would be, and I get to sing and dance sometimes too. And now you guys are all caught up. Whatever happens next, I'll document it here. But now you at least know my origin story, I guess, and my very, very short lifespan of acting stuff. And I'm gonna just add to that, and we'll see what happens.